Wonke, thanks a lot for joining us this evening. I mean, the big one is around matrics. They're supposed to be preparing for a major moment in their lives. Unfortunately, precious learning time is being, forgone simply because of COVID-19. How do they then mitigate against the anxiety which many of them must be faced with, I'm sure?
Yes, I understand that the families and also the learners and the students are going through a pressure at this time. So there are certain ways that we should manage to cope with the stress, to cope with the anxiety, and also with the panic. Maybe starting with the family, I'll say the families should be flexible, versatile, and innovative at this period, so that they should understand that we have to be indoors in order to save our lives and also to protect us as the government has put it into place. So I mean to say it's not easy for us because you are used to your space, used to go anywhere, anytime. But now you have to be indoors. So people, they can do physical yoga exercise, they can do meditation, like breathing in and out when you do yoga, and run around their houses with their children, and also inform the children of what is happening so that they must understand, and also eat healthy food. When it comes to the students and learners, even myself, I'm a student at University of Pretoria. So we should understand that the stress will be there, but stress is just for the time being, but it's going to be gone soon because COVID-19 is here with us and it is passing through. So the student, we should utilize this time. Time management is very important. This is not a holiday. Like, we should communicate with our lectures through the social media, as you've seen, like radio, televisions, and download books online, the articles, the journals, and the workbooks, and also the previous exams papers we should utilize at this time. And everyone must wake up in the morning as if is going to the university or is going to the school. So it's a learning opportunity. We must not be sedentary. So we must continue to do our learning. The communication is very important as well. So they must relax, we must calm down, we must be confident and trust ourselves as well. And knowing that if we are confident, we trust ourselves, we minimize the stress, we minimize the stress level, we minimize the anxiety, because we don't want people to end up having a depression during the COVID-19. Yes.
Would it help for families and for individuals, particularly for those that are still in school, and as you said, for those that are in also higher education institutions, to draw up a schedule as they would and follow up a schedule as they would if we had not been under a national lockdown, so that the body can start getting used to a business as usual, even though in a period of business unusual?
Yes, what I would say, they must understand that because when we are in the university, even the learners, we've already given a workbook. So they should continue while they are at this period. It must not be like any time that there's a rest period. There must not be a rest period. We should not procrastinate our work because a time wasted should never return. So what is more immediate is a focus at this moment. It's a plan. People must work on the students, the learners must work on their plan. And then a person must trust him or herself. Because if you don't trust yourself, how are you going to cope? So there's a lot of various ways that we should utilize in the meantime, so that we keep, and then so the parents as well must continue to support their children. Every time, it must be something that we talk about. We look what the regulations are saying, what the government is saying, and also we comply on that, because it's all about saving lives. We understand it's a pressure to some of us because you already planned for 2020. So when you see this pandemic now taking place, you are like, what is going to happen next? But if we have that narrative of the future, you understand your future is bright. It doesn't end now. There's something that is coming. There's a tomorrow in our lives.
Well, Doctor, I mean, when we're talking about, the future in itself, I saw the visuals of you doing some exercise routines and yoga with your family. Cabin fever is setting in many families. People are feeling as though they cannot breathe in their spaces. It's not as fun as it was as when the national lockdown first started. So then how do families navigate this time so that they don't end up pulling each other's hairs instead of coming together and uniting?
Yes, as you've seen in that video, that's actually a part and parcel of what we are doing in order to cope with this, because you cannot just read books all the time. You cannot just have conversations all the time. So you need to be creative. You need to be innovative. You need to do something different. And then people are used to go to the gym outside, are used to run. So now you do not have that opportunity. So the space you have within your family, that's you should utilize it. Like the yoga, like meditation, like you breathe in and out, exhale and inhale. So that's kind of creativity that everyone should opt it. And also eating healthy.